84. At number 83, another dude I wouldn't bet against. Guy that's getting ready to play some professional football above the border.
Okay.
Number 83 is a guy that was a 3-year letterman, 2-year starter. One of my teammates, my junior and senior year, a guy that I think the world of, and Jordan Burton. Jordan Burton, outside linebacker, safety type.
Yeah.
A guy that has a whole lot of tackles in his career.
It's my guy.
Just a really good player. I'm going to let you lead on this one. Go ahead with Jordan.
Okay. With Jordan, I take you back to 2006. Long time ago.
Long time ago.
My senior year, he was our ball boy. And, of course, ball boys, you don't really pay a lot of attention to them. They kind of annoying. Which he wasn't one of those kids. He was a good kid. I can tell.
They didn't hear that. My mic was muted.
So, I remember Jordan. I remember going to a game, Southside on a Saturday, Little League football, and I'm watching my favorite team, the Mustangs, and I'm trying to figure out who number 23 was, and he's doing literally everything: defense, offense, special teams, whatever. He was everywhere you needed a player to be, and I wanted to know who he was, and I'm watching, after the game when he finally takes his helmet off, and I look, and I'm like, oh shit, that's the ball boy. And I went to watch him every week after that, and then look up a few years later, and he's playing varsity football as a sophomore, and he's playing really damn good. Jordan was a good player for Longview, but that's not where his story ends, of course. If you know Jordan's story, he goes on to SFA.
Right.
Maybe you should tell this part.
Okay. So Jordan logged in 28 tackles as a sophomore in high school. Played a little safety too. As a junior, he stepped in as a starter. 110 tackles in second team All-District in 2010. 110 tackles. One big pick in the 4th round playoff game, which you'll see on the highlights for sure. And then as a senior, he started all 13 of the games, total of 116 tackles, and 6 pass breakups and 1 interception. He averaged 12 yards on punts too, and he also returned one to the crib. So Jordan, really big senior year. The thing with Jordan was the speed. Everybody was wondering, is he fast enough to play big boy D1 football? And that was always
he showed.
That was the thing that all the recruits come in and they was like 4.7. That's not what we want. Yeah. And so he ends up signing a scholarship to SFA. And his first game playing at SFA, he started against Texas Tech, against Pete, which is pretty damn cool for Jordan and Pete to be on the field at the same time.
Yeah.
But he started against Pete and Texas Tech, and he had 11 tackles. And in his mind, right there, he knew I was good enough to play on that level.
Yeah.
And so Jordan, after one season at SFA, starting at linebacker, he transfers to Kilgore College, and really the real life version of Bet on Myself.
Yeah.
Bets on himself, goes to Kilgore, gets re-recruited. Oklahoma State, Mike Gundy comes in, offers him. He comes in and starts in the same position that he played in Longview, the outside linebacker, safety, tight end role. Starts 2 years for Oklahoma State. Was all conference at one, second team or honorable mention, all conference in the Big 12. Sacked Baker Mayfield on TV. Was a real player for Oklahoma State.
It still baffles me he didn't get drafted.
Got a chance with Chicago.
Didn't get drafted.
But didn't get drafted. Got a chance to play with Chicago, and it didn't work out. He didn't get out of rookie camp. But he's got an opportunity to play Canadian Football League now. And it's one of the best stories. Honestly, who turns down, who takes a full ride scholarship at a 4 or 5 year school and then says, you know what, I'm going to go back to Kilgore. Mm-hmm. Which we all know about, being at home and being close to home and what happens. Just to have the focus to go back home, work at Foot Locker.
Yep.
Put his hours in the classroom. He was already graduated from Kilgore by the time that he got there. A really smart guy.
The boy was swole.
And, put the work in.
You remember this.
Definitely put the work in.
I remember Jordan going from little Jordan to, watch out.
Yeah. Real life.
Real life. And, yeah.
So, one of the best stories on there. So, Jordan coming here at 82 for a 3-year letterman, 2-year starter. I think it's a perfect spot for him. Not really, doesn't have like the crazy interception numbers or the crazy tackle numbers that you'll see from safeties later, but just a super productive player and a guy that has, you know, the best story, I think. You know, the bet on me.
Yeah, I like these. I like when we can put a player like Jordan Burton in a spot like this, just to show that just because you see where some of these players end up, that's not always where they started. Jordan Burton I still think he had a great career alone.
Yeah.
Numbers wise, maybe not, but then when you see where he ended up, that just lets you know you got to keep working.
Absolutely.
And he was one of those guys that kept working, and you see it's paying off now.
One of the best stories for sure. That's at number 83.